He's so fat. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Is there anything that you would like to talk about in today's session?
Not in particular. I'm still just waiting on my job change.
Mm-hmm. Exciting?
Fairly exciting. I've worked that job before, so it's nothing new, but it's different than what I'm doing now. It's better.
Mm-hmm. So you said fairly exciting. Are there any other emotions that have a play in this?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna have a upcoming job change. Um, so nothing else new. You went on a trip?
Yeah. Me and a friend of mine went down to Kentucky for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We hiked for a couple days, camped overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
Okay. So you hiked. Is there like a special place that you go to, or?
Yeah. Go down to the Red River Gorge area. It's pretty popular with climbers and hikers. We don't do much climbing, but they've got a lot of great trails. The Appalachian Trail runs through there at one point.
Mm-hmm.
We've been going there for probably 10 years now, 10, 11 years, so it's kind of a tradition to go in that area.
Okay. So it's a tradition. You said you went with friends?
Yeah, one of my buddies, and I took one of our dogs as well.
Okay. So it was something familiar, but then maybe a little bit different this time?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone in a couple of years, and then, it's a giant park. We still got at least another 5 before we quit discovering things. So yeah.
So was this just a trip just to get away, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It started off as a memorial trip for a couple of friends. Then, most of the group couldn't go for one reason or another. So it ended up just being me and the one friend.
And how did that make you feel?
I was okay with it. Everybody, everybody bails at some point. I've been the one that bailed. So shit happens.
So you said it was a memorial trip for some friends?
Yeah. Brothers actually died a couple years apart. The younger one, my friend, he had gone with us several times over the years and loved it. So sometimes we'll get on there in his honor. And then his older brother, like I said, died a couple years later and actually didn't get to go until the first memorial trip.
So kind of still keeping with tradition then?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you said it's kind of a memorial trip. Is there anything special that you do?
Yeah, a couple of times we've gone, we've taken ashes and spread them at several different places. And then while we're there, some of the places we have spread the ashes are so undisturbed, that the ashes are literally still laying there 5 years later.
So going on this trip,
Sorry.
how does it kind of make you feel?
Good. It kind of just brings you back down to earth.
So a little bit bittersweet then?
Yeah, a little bit.
So do you foresee this to go on for years and years to come?
Oh yeah, definitely. If we move too far away or something, I wouldn't say I'd drive cross country for it, but for the time being, yeah, it's definitely always gonna be one of my favorite places.
Okay. So you said this was a tradition. How did it come about?
An old buddy of ours took us down Natural Bridge State Park, which is sort of adjacent to, or part of Daniel Boone National Forest. he took us down to that park one year. Hey, let's go camping. We went down. We hiked and it was awesome and stuff. And then we went down the next year and realized he had no idea what he was doing, and took us to the worst, most tourist-filled areas possible. Typically, when we go, if you go in the summer, you might not see anybody all weekend.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about your friend that passed?
Not tonight.
Not tonight?
Not tonight.
Maybe some qualities or some good times that you shared with him?
Kentucky. We shared a lot of Kentucky together.
Okay. So, apart from that, you'd say life's going pretty good then?
Yeah, it's going all right. Like I said, I got the job change coming. Got the house, the pretty girl, and the dogs, the kid.
So, do you plan on having more kids in the future?
Yeah, most likely.
So, there's been a lot of changes in your life. You said there's a new job, you have a house and girlfriend, kids, dogs, and things like that. How does this change feel for you?
I'm good with it. It's never overly set in my ways, I guess. That's how you want to describe it. But I'm adaptable.
Adaptable. Okay. So, is this something new for you then?
Yes and no. I've lived with girlfriends before, but not like an owning a house situation.
So maybe a little bit more serious this time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, with this new change and everything, is there any struggles that come with it?
Not necessarily. You always struggle with money, no matter what. Other than that, I think that's pretty good.
Okay. So, how would you say your relationship is, like, with your girlfriend?
I think it's pretty good. I like it.
Okay.
Maybe she don't, but I do.
Do you guys get along well?
Yeah, we argue, but for the most part, I think we're pretty good.
Okay, so you said you argue. Are there, like, certain things that you guys argue about?
Usually something I haven't done or haven't done right.
Okay, so maybe a few shortcomings then?
I suppose.
Okay. And how do you overcome that then?
I don't know. Just kind of try to make sure I get stuff done. And I don't know.
What about your relationship outside of your relationship with your girlfriend? How do those play out?
What do you mean?
Do you find the same shortcomings with them? Or are there different issues with them? Or not at all?
Different issues with what now? You got me all confused.
Okay, so you have shortcomings with your girlfriend because you say that you don't do the things that you need to do. Do you find that happens in other relationships, as say with your parents or your friends?
I'd say no. I guess I'm not totally sure, but...
So do you stay pretty consistent? Do you follow through?
I think so.
You think so. Can you elaborate on that?
I guess I'm not really sure, their points of view, so maybe.
So you would say that you have some pretty strong relationships then?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. And what makes for them strong relationships?
In most cases, we've been through together, or a lot together.
Mhm.
Um, you know, getting through shit is what kind of brings people together. And that's,
So you're saying experience is what brings people closer together.
yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you say that experience brings people closer together. How does that work with your new relationships then?
Mm, I'm not sure.
You're not sure how that affects them? Cuz it
Yeah, I'm not sure how it affects them.
okay. So you have these long relationships that you've had with your friends in which basically experience has brought you closer together. So how do you implement that with say your girlfriend, which is a new relationship?
Uh, I don't know.
Okay. So basically you're saying that to have a close, strong relationship there has to be something that brings you together, some sort of experience, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what kind of experiences have you had with your friends to bring you together?
Everything from epic parties and having fun together to loss,
Mm-hmm.
everything in between.
Okay, so now apply that to your new relationships. What are some of the things?
Same thing, just kind of hanging out, having fun. We've been to several parties,
Mm-hmm.
gone to Chicago, Tennessee, things like that.
Okay, so do you feel like relationships are built on anything other than experiences?
I don't know. I'm no relationship expert.
You say you're not a relationship expert, but how do you maintain a healthy relationship?
Just try to keep her happy
Through,
through whatever she's asking for.
okay, so kind of happy wife, happy life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as far as your friends go, how do you incorporate them with your new relationships, like say with your girlfriend?
I try to get them together.
Mm-hmm.
I want my girlfriend to be friends with my friends and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
It's all come together.
Okay, so how do you work towards that?
Mm, try to get my girlfriend to go to some of the parties or gatherings and
Mm-hmm.
have friends come over or we, go out together, whatever.
Okay.
However that may end up.
Mm-hmm. So apart from that and everything, has there ever been a time where you felt frustrated in your life or kind of at an end with things or?
Yeah, I think everybody hits that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no avoiding that. That's life.
It's life. Are there any instances where this has ever happened?
Yeah. Throughout the years, there have been quite a few times like that.
Can you explain them?
Everything from like I said, loss or losing a job or things just not going right.
So you've dealt with loss quite a bit then.
Yeah, a fair amount. Lost a few friends, and I came from a big family, so obviously that means
Mm-hmm.
there can be more deaths in the family.
And how do you cope with loss?
I don't know. At this point, I kind of just move on and
Mm-hmm.
and remember him. Try to honor him as you can. But
Mm-hmm.
you can't dwell on it forever.
So you move on. How do you move on then? Apart from remembering.